Hello everyone, I'm Rilo, and in this module, we'll be discussing norm of a projection. Let's dive in. By the end of this course, students are expected to have these abilities: determine the orthogonal projections of a vector and its norm. The norm of the orthogonal projection of U on A can be determined using the formula. The norm of the projection of U on A equals to the norm or the absolute value of U dot A divided by the length of A. And if we have the angle between U and A, or we can denote it by theta, the formula of the norm of the orthogonal projection of U on A can be written as the projection of A on U, the length is the length of U times the absolute value of cosine of theta, where the possible cases of theta is given by the figure. For figure A, we have the acute angle of theta, and the figure B, where the theta is obtuse. For example, if we have vector U equals to 2 minus 1, 3, and A equals to 4 minus 1, 2, and from the previous module, from module 7, we know that the orthogonal projection of U on A is, we go to the results is 27th minus 5/7 and 10/7, and the norm of projection is the square root of 27 squared plus minus 5/7 squared plus 10/7 squared is equal to 5 times the square root of 21 divided by 7. And however, we can directly compute the norm of projection of orthogonal projection of U on A without finding the vector first, by using the formula where the norm of the orthogonal projection of U on A equals to the absolute value of U on A divided by the length of A, or 15 divided by the square root of 21. Or we can simplify it as 5/7 divided by the square root of 21, which produces this exactly same answer as that of the manual calculation. So the conclusion of the module is, the first one is the norm of the orthogonal projection of U on A can be determined using the formula. The length of the orthogonal projection of U on A equals to the absolute value of U dot A divided by the length of A. And if we have the angle between U and A is known, we denoted it by theta. The formula of the norm of the orthogonal projection of U on A can be written as the length of the orthogonal projection of U on A equals to the length of U times the absolute value of cosine theta. Alright everyone, that wraps up our discussion on norm of a projection. Thank you and see you in the next video.